Hello YouTube, and to all my subscribers, this is Raijin Do It Yourself Tutorials, and today I have decided to create and update my drawing tutorial on how to draw anime, set up for brush, for line art, line work for your Photoshop CS6 by only using a mouse. Yes, your PC mouse. So yeah, in my first video tutorials, my audio quality of my video is really crappy. I don't have an audio interface at the time, and I don't even have a good condenser mic at that time. I don't really have a mic at that time. I just used a crap PC mic, something like that. So in the second video, I tried to update it and make it look good, more better. Yeah, I have done to sound. The sounds were really great because I have now an audio interface and a condenser microphone for my vocals. But the problem is when I uploaded it, I forgot to crank up the volume in the final render of the video. So yeah, I got a low sound quality for my second video. So to make up with you guys and for the hassle, I'm gonna be updating these tutorials. I'm gonna try to make a better and sounding good sound quality for this tutorial. So let's get on with it. So if you are one of those guys out there that wants to try to draw anime line arts, or want to draw sketches from your computer, but you have only a mouse, and as you can see watching all other fan arts there, those arts really look good because they use a graphic tablet, and you don't have a graphic tablet, and you don't have the money to buy that graphic tablet. So yeah, I think that is not really an issue. You can start drawing in Photoshop CS6 or any drawing software really by using only a mouse, and that involves determination and some drawing skills. If you're mid-level or an expert but you don't have a graphic tablet, you can still draw. So here I have created a new canvas. The canvas size, for those who doesn't know and who are starting in Photoshop CS6 to draw, my canvas is no, not this one. I try to this original size here is image size is, yeah, it is 2000 in width pixels, pixel size. The height is 2000 pixels, and the resolution is around 300 pixels. So yeah, the resolution must be around 300 to 600 resolution pixels, so that you can, the higher your resolution for your the pixels, the more detail that you can add into your drawings or your painting. So that's basically it. So and also I forgot to tell you that whenever you start creating some line arts or sketches, start with these dimensions: a 2000 pixels and a 2000 pixels height, perfect square. So that's your base start, 2000 pixels. Okay, so when you change it, you're just gonna change everything here if you want to make it longer. Yeah, so yeah, let's get on with the tutorial. Now here in my tutorial, since not all of you guys can draw in Photoshop CS6 only by using a mouse, because it's really hard to draw. If you have tried, I know that you guys tried, but it's really hard to draw in Photoshop CS6. But I will show you that I can draw, but not that really quite good, but it's something like presentable, because as you know guys, sketches doesn't really mean that you have to draw it perfectly. You're just gonna have a final touch of everything later on. Yep. As you can see guys, lines doesn't really necessary to to really need to connect, because you will just gonna edit it later on. I was gonna show you how to create better lines later. So I'm just showing you that there are people who can draw with only a mouse and not graphic tablet. I do have a graphic tablet, and I just bought a cheap one, But yeah, you can draw something like this if you really wanted to, if you want to practice. All you need is to have a steady hands. Oh, I think it doesn't really necessary, but a determination to practice an hour or two a day. And once you get the hang of it, you can start drawing in Photoshop or any other tools like Paint Tool Sai, drawing tool. I mean, so yeah. So basically here, as you can see, this is the best. This is really the best I can do when drawing in Photoshop without using a graphic tablet. But you can refine this by editing it in the final the final line art. Yeah, so I'm just gonna create a new layer above this. I forgot to create a new layer above this one. Just gonna color it white again. Okay, I'm just gonna hide that. Okay, so that's really, not everyone can do what I did, but if you are really good in drawing in paper, something like this, yep, you can upload it into your PC. You have to take a selfie of your picture, or if you have a printer, scanner, not a printer, scanner, you scanned it and then put it into your PC and load it up into your Photoshop CS6. So this is what I'm gonna do. We will just gonna ignore this pen here, and we will try to draw this one. So I'm just gonna copy it, Control C, and then create a new layer above this one in the background there, and then I'm just gonna resize this image, hold shift so that the aspect ratio of that image will not be distorted. It will remain into its original state. Okay, so there we go. And then just copied. Okay, and then you just change the opacity around something like more visible. Yeah, 27 pixel. I mean, opacity is around 27%, and then create a new layer above it. And then here's the part that we will get serious. Okay, in order to create a digital art or line works in Photoshop CS6, the tool that we will gonna be using is the pen tool. But the settings of the pen tool the settings that you have in your brush tool will affect into your pen tool. So my setting for the brush for doing a clean line art. Okay, so we are doing a clean line art here. I'm just gonna choose this second one, brush preset. It's the default brush preset for Photoshop CS6, and the size should be around 3 pixels. The lower the size or the thinner the size is, the better for clean line art. Okay, so I'm just gonna choose that one, and then when we have that settings, we will just gonna go to the pen tool, this one. Yep, the shortcut for that key is shortcut key is P. Then you can now start to trace this image. So I'm just gonna click there. As you can see, there is a dot when you do that, and when you click here to the endpoint of Ram's face, she's our model for today. Yeah. Okay, so you can see like that. And when you are at the endpoint of this line, you're just gonna press, hold Alt, and then click on that dot here, so that it will delete or cut the excess lines that you have created. Okay, there we go. And now we proceed here. Okay. So hold Alt again. Okay, so we have a nice trace of the line of her face now. We're drawing her face. I'm just gonna right click our mouse and then stroke path. Click that stroke path, and then here, the setting and the tools that we use is the brush. So when what setting is the brush is, it will reflect into their pen tool. Okay, so I'm just gonna click OK. There you go. Now we have a nice line. And then just gonna go over this nose here, something like that. Okay, and then the mouth, just gonna pen tool like that here. Stroke path, delete path, stroke path, delete path. That's all you have to do. Stroke path, okay, and delete path, or just press delete on delete path. Okay, now so I think that's really quite looking good. Okay, we're just gonna trace her here. It's really simple. Stroke path, delete path. This brush preset is the basic brush preset for a clean line art. Okay, so stroke path, delete path. Stroke path, delete path. Okay. Stroke path and delete path. Okay, now. But really looking good. So here's another trick when you are doing this lines on her eyes. Just gonna use this one trick here. Okay, so let's try to trace it. The eyes first. Try to imitate those eyes perfectly, and how we draw it, or how you draw it. Okay, so once you've done that, you have to meet the two ends of your art. Of the pen tool. Okay, then the next thing is just right click and then fill path. So whatever the lines that met, it will fully color and fill fill that path with the color that you're using in your brush. So if black, it will color everything black. So just delete path. There, so you have an eye now. Really looking good. Stroke path, delete path. Stroke path, delete path. Stroke path, delete path. Really nice. Okay, so I really find them really pretty. But such a waste. Subaru is kind of an ass. Okay, so yeah. Stroke path, delete path. just gonna stroke, delete path, and try to do her ears. No, I'm gonna change it just to make it look something like that. A little curve, stroke path, and delete path. There. Really pretty nice. Now for the hair, I'm just gonna go over here. Okay, stroke path, delete path. Okay. Right, so for the eyes, just gonna create a new layer there. Below, because we have to color it. It's black. Stroke path. I mean, no, delete. I mean, not delete. Field path. Yep. Then we're just gonna erase those excess parts. Brush. Brush tool is your companion. I'm just gonna change the size here. Okay, looking good. Now P again. I have to trace the eyes. Her eyes. Stroke path. Then just gonna erase those excess parts. Like that. For the neck, stroke path, deep path, really looking nice there. Just gonna stroke path, delete path, something like that here. The eyes. Path. Yes. Now it's really looking good. Just gonna go with here again. Just like that. Field path. Erase those excess parts. That's good. Okay. So yeah, you have a pretty neat image here. I'm just gonna go P, add some details, stroke path, delete path, tiers, stroke path. Trace that line. Stroke path there. Stroke path, delete path, stroke path, delete, tiers, face, just gonna adjust it a little bit. Stroke path, delete path. So I think you get the idea now on how to create a line art in Photoshop CS6. Yeah, I think that's really all there to it. Just gonna stroke a path there, create a brow. It's really weird right now. Not those. Stroke path, delete path, and we're just gonna delete those excess. Yes, so that will look more legit. Yeah, even though we cannot see those other parts, but some of the anime don't erase it to make it look good. Okay, so now this is one of the parts that that you can do. Just gonna merge them. Wait, merge layers. Okay, merge layers. Then I'm gonna add a new layer. So that's it. That is one of the way how to create clean line art or line work for Photoshop CS6. But if you want to have like some kind of a style of the graphic tablet where there is some more details or dynamics on the lines, we can also do that. Create a dynamic detail with your lines. So we will go with it. So here I have created a new layer, a different kind one. Go to the brush tool. Just gonna change this into like 5 pixels so that you can see how the dynamics will be like. Okay, so here we go. Then brush. So here we will try to draw this one here. And you would like to add a dynamic effect of this line, because this lines here is like kind of boring. So we will try to do that. So just right click, stroke path, and then click here, simulate pressure. What this simulate pressure here, it will try to create a simulated pressure like how a graphic tablet will normally do. So here we go. Wrong one. And go back to the brush tool. I think we have to choose one of these guys here. Yeah, so either this one or this one. So I'm just gonna go with this one, I think. And then there you go. Stroke path. There. As you can see, the lines that was created has a dynamic effect. Here it's like really thin, and here it's like thick. Yeah. Let's try to do that again. Okay, stroke path. Keep the simulate pressure on. There we go. You have a really nice line art. So if you want to like thicken this, the lines here that are really that you can not really see, it's just gonna copy. Now it's thick. It's thick as yeah. But I'm just gonna delete that one. So I think you get the idea now. So I'm just gonna do some lines here. As you can see, that's the kind of dynamics that you will get when you choose the simulate pressure. Stroke path, delete path. Okay, stroke path, delete path. There we go. When you do this dynamic effect here, it's something which is preferable when you do it when the face, the eyes, the hair, but the long parts you have to use the boring lines or the first clean lines that you're gonna do, so that it will be much better looking, because the lines will really not connect because of what you have done. So yeah, if you really want to connect them, you have to go to the lowest part there, because the end point that you have created will just be thinner. So if your lines are longer, so is the dynamics. So I think you get the point of what I'm pointing to. Okay, so I'm just gonna just follow these lines here. Stroke path, delete path. Okay. So yeah, so that's the kind of dynamic effect that you will get when you use the stimulate pressure for the pen tool. So yeah, so for me, my advice is you use both this technique. You when you do long lines and doesn't really need a dynamic effect, use the clean line, which is this one. Then use 3 pixels, because it's much better looking if it's more thinner, because the line is really straight and it does not have that dynamic effect. So so that's how it is. And when you are using the simulate pressure, you either choose one of these brush preset here. These are just the default brush preset. Yeah, you choose either one of those. If you want to try to do those lines, just try to simulate pressure. That's the kind of effect that you will get with those brush presets, because it is used for like graphic tablets. Stroke path, delete path. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide this. the that's it for the tutorial for today. I hope that it helps. So yeah, in order to draw digital arts, you're gonna need to upload your very own drawings into your PC by taking a photo of it, a selfie image of it, upload it to your PC, and then load it up into your Photoshop CS6 software or Paint Tool size software, and then you make a clean line art out of it by tracing it by using the pen tool. But the pen tool is dependent on the settings of your brush tool here. So for again, I will gonna make it clear that when you're doing clean line arts, you have to choose this this brush preset here, and you go with 3 or 2 pixels when creating clean line arts. Okay, then you go back to pen tool, then trace the lines into your sketch. Then the second part is if you want to make your art or your image or your drawings to have a more dynamic effect into your lines, not this kind of boring lines here, the settings would be into your brush tool will be this guys here, this 1 2 3 4, the fourth one, 5 6 7, and the 7th one. You either choose one of those brush preset, then go with 5 to 8 pixels when 5 pixels or 8 pixel size when you try to draw those kind of lines. So yeah, so that's basically how you draw a digital art, or how to create your anime character and line art in Photoshop CS6. So if you have some questions, I will try to answer every questions that you throw at me, and if you have suggestions on what's the next video tutorial that you want, please do leave a comment in the comment section below. I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time. See you later, and goodbye.